Well, today we're going to do some work on the Cub Cadet. Cub Cadet tire. It's a tubeless tire. It's about a 15-year-old unit that my father-in-law had on the farm. He bought it new, and then he sold it, moved into town, and so my wife got the a good deal on it from him, and I use it for mowing and snow blowing. And anyway, what I'm trying to do is there's a this thing has got the bolts for wheel weights on it, and they get in the way. Let's try it this way. Actually, my first step, I was going to pull these bolts out, but looks like they may actually be able to leave them in. So I have to break the bead, but first I actually have to let the air out of it. It has a slow leak that over about a week it loses its air and goes flat. And when I have the wheel weights on and the chains, the wheel weights make it so it's really hard to get to the valve stem to put more air in. Plus, I got to take out the valve core up here. So yesterday I took it off, took the wheel weight off, chain off, and it was going to take a look at it. And well, my father-in-law was a farmer, and no, the valve core, I'll put maybe a new one in. I think I've got some. In the meantime, I'll stick it in my pocket here. That'll likely go right through. But anyway, to get enough weight to plow his driveway with a snowblower on the front, you had to put some weight on the back. And so he put in fluid in the tires, which is of course a problem, because otherwise all I would have done is put some Fix-A-Flat or green slime or something in the tire, and for a slow leak like that. So let's see how our Harbor Freight device will work. Let's aim this down. So the first thing is you have to break the bead. And this machine is supposed to just that was pretty slick. Now these bolts are sort of in the way, but it may work anyway. I can hear it sloshing around inside the fluid. Those bolts keep me from getting it down. Oh, I don't know if you can see, all sorts of rusty fluid already came out. There. Let's try it there. So what I really want to do, besides getting rid of the fluid, is clean it all out and put a tube in it. Problem is I'm not sure if I have a tube on hand. It's a 12-inch. No, it's a or if I don't have a tube, clean it out, put some green slime in it anyway. It says 12-inch chip, 23 by 9.5 by 12. Alright. Yeah, I think maybe those bolts here will have to be taken out. There's a little thing you drop it through the bolt. There's a little rod that comes up through. Move my camera. You can see in the background my Leyland tractor, and then the sawmill shed that needs a roof. I got some used tin for it. It says you're supposed to get up to 50 today, which is really quite nice for November. Saturday after Thanksgiving. For up here in northwest Wisconsin. Maybe I'll try that now. These little tires are actually worse to do than the big tires. So you first shove it down so the tire is down in the deepest part on the behind it, and then you take like this, and then the nice TV or YouTube videos show all you do is just pull her around like this. Oh, that's coming. My bolts are in the way. I probably should take them out. I'll wait till I actually have to do that. I also bought at Harbor Freight a big pry bar with no tube in there. You don't have to worry about poking it. Well, that's not doing it either. Let's see here. So wet and slippery from that fluid. Oh, I'm supposed to put the star on there and tighten it down. Now the question is, where is the star? I let this thing sit all summer, this platform, away from where I have the shed because it's in the way. So I just changed tires here to somewhere in the grass. Is the star to hold it down. Huh. Well, I don't see it. had it on top, but I left it. I had a problem, or I have a problem a little bit. I had a garage sale here this fall, and people wandered around, and so sometimes when I can't find something, I think maybe it got picked up, because one of those is kind of a difficult thing to come across, and somebody might have just decided to walk off with it. I shouldn't have had everything out here. In fact, I shouldn't do garage sales at all. Yeah, it's not here. Ah. Well, what it is just a star that goes in there that when you tighten this down, it holds the tire so it doesn't go flopping around like it is. Yeah, does this keep moving? So I'll have to get me something to put in there, although this is going to come anyway, I guess. You're supposed to just yeah, it works pretty good. Although my bolts are in the way. Oh, it's all full of, well, not full, but there's a lot of rusty fluid in there that I need to clean out. So, now I need to pry the bottom rim off. I wonder if I would be better off to just take it off here. It's a little rusty on the rim, but not too bad. Well, I went into I moved this thing thinking, well, I better look underneath got it mounted on an old pallet. So I went into the machine shed. My dad's been on this farm since 1941. So I was looking for something that would fit over there. These two pipe fittings don't. About this old gear. Yeah, that looks like it. Now if it's high enough so I can tighten it down on it. Perfect. So, I'll assume the other one is gone and I'll use this one instead. The end of November. There. Huh. So, next step, clean the rim up, get this fluid all out. Well, I went and looked around and I've got the right tube for it actually, which reminded me that last spring when I took it out for mowing season, I noticed the one other tire was bad, so I had taken it off like this and cleaned it up and ordered 2 tubes for it, thinking I'll do them both. Well, of course I had forgot that now, but anyway, I had it in my garage, so I'm going to try this wire brush to see if that. Not very good. And I need my glasses, safety glasses here I'm getting. When I did the tractor rim, the Super C rim, I used it was quite worse than this, and I used the angle grinder. I've done a lot of, I got 6 tractors and about 4 or 5 of these lawn tractors. And on the big tractors, just about all of them had chloride-filled wheels on the back. Farmers did that on small tractors for extra weight, and just about all of them have crapped rims. And so I've replaced 2 rims on the Jubilee Ford. I believe one of them on the Ford 2N, one on the Super C, none on the B. That didn't have fluid. B Alice. The Farmall A didn't have Alice, so that has good rims. You don't really ever have to replace rims unless you got these fluid in them. Or they've sat for years with tires flat down in the ground. That actually isn't doing too bad. I'll paint it too, I think. Black. I got some black spray paint left over from the Super C rim I did a couple weeks ago, which I also put on YouTube. Well, this is working good enough that I think I'll go get some safety glasses so I can be a good example to everybody. Well, I decided I'd use my reading glasses because they're pretty protective, but they also let me see a little closer better. About 4 or 5 years ago, I had my cataracts removed, and now I don't need glasses except for close-up. And those are the glasses I got are the readers that you buy for $3 a pair, or 4 for 12 or something like that. They're pretty nice. You can have them all over the place. Try to show you the other stuff. I got take a break on that. This tube is got 2 of them for something like $20 off of Amazon. Made in Korea, 450, 530 by 12. Well, it's a little bit small for that diameter, but they should expand out. The tire has pretty good tread. I believe this is the Cub Cadet is a 2000, maybe 6 or 7, a GT 2550. These are the original tires. So my wife gives me old towels. Well, this is an interesting one. It says Hotel. Backwards here, maybe. Oh, H-A... Huh. Can't read it. Oh, upside. Hyatt Hotels. I didn't pick that off of a hotel stay. I don't do much hotel staying, but my aunt, Margot's aunt, Lou, was quite a traveler, and she, when she died, Margot got some of the things that they were decided to get rid of because they couldn't sell them, and I said, well, I'll take any of the old towels for use in the shop because they're always quite handy, and I think this is pretty classy, a Hyatt. I got water in there, I can't quite get it out. There. I want to wipe it out dry. Well, there's still a little standing in there. There. Let's see what happens. Awful rusty looking. Carlisle tire. A Turf Pro. Tires and tubes are so expensive that when you ever you get a neighbor who's getting rid of an old lawnmower and says they're just going to scrap it, it's kind of, if it has halfway decent tires or other parts, it's good to salvage it. You can take the tires and wheels off of them. Sometimes the battery is usable, and a lot of times you can actually fix it up. I have two Cub Cadets. The other one's about the same age. It's a, can't think of the number, but it's about an 18 horse twin engine on it. Works good. Got it for $50 because a lady had divorced her husband. Her boys had gone off to college, and she just hired a lawn mowing service. And so they parked the XT 1080 or something like that. They parked the mower down in the woods, and we're about 4 years later we're selling the snowblower off of it. And I had this snowblower on this one had kind of a wore out, sort of, and I thought, well, maybe I can get a snowblower. They only wanted $250 for it. So I went over to look at it, and it wouldn't fit mine. So I said, well, what happened to the tractor that went with the mower? Oh, that's parked down in the brush. And I said, well, did it work? Well, had some problems, but I just gave up after the boys left and my husband divorced. I divorced him, I think she said. Yeah, there's kind of cracks in this tire, but tube will be okay. So that's cleaned out. Anyway, so I said, my son was with me, and I said, can we go down and take a look at it in the brush? Sure. And it was a pretty nice looking one, totally grown into the weeds and brush, and lifting the hood, it was absolutely full of leaves and acorns and mouse nests, and really a mess. But the engine, was stuck. And I said to the lady, I said, it might be fixable. Have you taken it in? No, they wanted more than it was worth to fix it. And I didn't want to do my snow blowing anyway myself. So I said, well, how about if I offered you $50 extra, bought your snowblower and for $250, and then we throw in the mower for $50. And I had my trailer and the car along. She said, sure, that sounds good. And one of her 20-year-old sons or something was there, and he said, yeah, Mom, let's get rid of it. And so we drove it home, and I spent a few days cleaning it out, bought some new coils, and runs really good. I had a mower deck and a snowblower deck. So I use that one for my mower in the summer, and then I use the other one for the snowblower and a little lawn tractor to drive around. So right now the snowblower is off of it. It's kind of fun working on these things. Keeping an old engine or mower or something running after people throw it away is kind of satisfies my frugal nature. And the same thing I think about myself. Your eyes go bad, get some plastic lens put in. You fall off the sawmill shed roof, that's the old sawmill shed roof, wreck your knee, so you get a new knee put in. And all sorts of replacement parts. I not actually care if I got it perfect at all. I just want to have it so that nothing will poke a hole in the tube when I put it in there smooth enough. And the rim smooth so it's easy to put on the other tires. I like these battery tools. I always ask for something for Father's Day, and I get something like this stand from Harbor Freight. Came from for either Father's Day or Christmas gift or something like that. And the drills like that, these get a lot of use in the spring because we tap maples, and you take these out with a couple of batteries and you can tap your trees in a rush. It's actually not bad. Okay, so next is pull the tube, or no, pull the stem. Am I going to paint that? If I paint it, that will give me, with spray paint, it's warm enough now that I can do that, and I believe I got a can of black left. So if I paint it, that'll give me an excuse to go in and have a cup of late morning coffee. Well, I don't think I have to worry about the spray painting question. I found the can and it's just about totally empty. I thought I had two, but I used them up, I guess. So instead, let's try to pull the valve stem and not have to reuse it, so I'll just try to get it out. Bigger pliers I think I need, or more strength, or leverage. Broke it right off. So now, what do you say we try putting the tire back on? So does it matter? Nope, it doesn't make any difference which way I put it. Now this is where you're supposed to just push it around by hand. Why is it that people on YouTube can make these things happen without, probably because they use brand new tires, and maybe because they did put soap on it. Soapy water. Let's see here, maybe this will work. I think you're supposed to use this side to put it on. Well, oh yeah. I'm not doing it the way they showed it on the instructions, but it's on. Step 1. Step 2 is get a tube in it. Let's see, the valve stem hole is over here. Got a hold of it. There. I pulled it up. Now if I reach in my pocket, there's my pliers. Got this little tool that you can screw on it to keep it from falling back through into the tire. There. Have to be careful to keep my tools in one pocket and my cell phone in the other. There. Now they say blow some air in it before you try to put the rim back on, and put some more soapy water on it, which I should do. Oh. So let's see here. The instructions said this end of the tool is supposed to be for mounting the rim, I think. Ooh, is it going to go? It doesn't look elegant like they do on the other people's videos, but I don't think I'm very elegant anyway. Now I got that thing in the way, the bolt. Ah. Well, if I don't poke a hole in the tube, I can just pry it over this way. That's pretty unlikely, that dull thing to poke a hole in a tube. About as much off of that side as I get on of this side. You're supposed to shove this down so it's in the way down in the groove, then it moves better. Well, I'm gaining it all. I'm getting about the same amount off on either side. So let's see. Is there some way of getting this? No. I should have took those bolts out. That would have made it so I could have just used the tool like it should have been, but now it's become a challenge. And so let's see, what was it, like this? No, like this. It's become a challenge to do it without taking the bolts out. Nah, that's not easy. The other thing you're supposed to do is stick a vice grip here so it doesn't come undone. Well, I think I'll go get another tool, a vice grip or something. So what I did was I brought over some of my dad's old tire changing wrenches. Piece out of a car spring, that was pretty popular. Some kind of a sharpened wrench that must be a little heavier. And vice grip. You know, this is a Harbor Freight device. I bet you the Harbor Freight people say, my God, what kind of a guy is this, taking our equipment and using it so poorly that makes it look really bad, when actually if I had taken my two bolts out, I probably would have had that on half hour ago, but that wouldn't have been much of a challenge, would it? My dad used to change tires. He never had any tire changer. Just had some old tire irons like these car springs that he sharpened on the end, sort of. These he pounded out on the blacksmith forge. And then he used those to pry in the tires. Let's see here. Well, I think I must have to go this way, huh? Yeah. Take a really big bite, shall we? Sounds pretty dangerous here. Of course, I could be puncturing the tube all the heck too while I'm doing this, but oh, we're almost there. And one last thing. Should I try pounding it in? Nope. Can't get underneath it. I think it's quite fun being retired, spending half a day doing a 20-minute job and not having any pressure on me at all, and feeling a tremendous accomplishment. Now, of course, I have to go air it up and see if it actually holds air now. I got the valve stem there. I have to take it over to the garage where the air compressor is. This is out in the back behind the buildings where I stuck this thing because I wasn't using it, and I just decided to use it out here. So I'll show you around the backyard. Okay, I got 40 acres here. I think I should level the camera maybe, huh? There. I got 40 acres here, of which 25 is fields maybe. That trees down on the far distance are the edge of mine. My brother Marv planted those in about 64, 63 for FFA. Some red pines down there. Nice tree. I probably saw them up for logs in the shed over there, which you can't see behind the blue Leyland tractor. That's my big tractor. And that's got a Harbor Freight. I'm a Harbor Freight fellow, and I abuse that sawmill just the same way I do my tire changer. Over here was a row of trees that Marv also planted those in 1963 or 4. And over the last couple of years, the windstorm had blown just about the tops out of just about everything. One there, or two maybe. This one here is down, and I got to drag it out of there. I'm going to take the, this afternoon maybe, if I don't do the roof on the shed, I'm going to take the Leyland and hook onto the top there and drag it out in the field, because I don't have to worry about crops right now. I rent the farm. And then haul it out of there and clean that out a little bit. It was all cleaned out. And then there's my machine shed. And I'll swing on around as long as I'm at it here. Let's loosen this up. Oh, it's not level. Oh well. So that's the machine shed with several tractors in it. The barn, an area between, an old Toyota sitting over there, and then a addition onto the garage. And granary. Upstairs was the granary. This is a 1949 building. My dad sawed out lumber and built that. Right there is the outhouse, 1949 grade A outhouse. A camper I'm putting a new floor in. The old corn crib. And then some garbage. And then my tire changer here. When you live out in the country and you don't have close neighbors, my nearest neighbor is like a half mile. You don't have to be very neat with your backyard, even though it shows from the road. Well, let's look at the tire that I put a tube in, and we'll try some air in it. See, I got the thing on there to hold the thing in place. So if I don't lose that down inside. Not quite coming out in place on the rim yet. I should have put some soap water on it, but I'll just air it up a little more and see what happens. Yeah, that side's coming out pretty good. Popped out. Yep. Looks good. Didn't need any soap water at all. So, I put this back in my pocket so I don't lose it. Probably I'll have to jack it up a little higher. Huh? No. Getting too old for this stuff. Don't want to get underneath it. All right. There. I suppose I should wait a while and see if it holds air, but I'm pretty sure with a new tube. I don't think I'll put the chain and the wheel weight on for a day or two, just to see, make sure it actually holds air. Let's see, must be this one. No. So I gotta put the snowblower on. Whoop. Usually what happens is I bend these bolts when I'm working on it, so to put the wheel weight back on I have to straighten them out again. That one I can see is bent some. One's got a wheel weight and chains on the side over there that I already had changed and put a tube in it this spring, and so now the other one's good. If I'm lucky, I'm 75, will be 76 in a couple weeks, and 10 years, maybe more, that I'll do this, snow blowing myself. Who knows? Put them on there and then it won't move. Alright, let's see if it can start.